Hey Northridge Church, this is Charlie. Just kind of want to make a connection with you because I know now we're coming into the third week. More emotions, more feelings start to churn up. We have new experiences. I just had one the other day. It was actually Thursday. Now I have a habit of about 8 or 9 o'clock at night or so. I always get my jammies on. And so it was Thursday night, and I told my girls I'm going to go up and get my pajamas on. And then I paused and looked and realized I had never gotten out of my pajamas. And so it was quite the experience that I never experienced before, being able to go through the whole day not realizing I hadn't showered, I hadn't changed, I hadn't done anything. And so I did a little bit of life adjustment, make sure that I'm being careful of what I put in my mind, what I'm doing with my time. Even somebody gave me a suggestion. I just make sure I keep a schedule as much as I can. Make sure I put on my sneakers right away in the morning, and so we're up and running. And so, in case you missed Sunday, it was a great message. Charles had 2 main points. If you haven't seen it, you need to watch it. It was incredible for such a time as this. He was talking about, are we desiring God's blessings, his solutions, his care? Are we looking for that more than we're looking for his presence, the actual relationship with him? I thought it was a great challenging point. And then the second point was, do we realize that in our need, he is glorified? In our need, he is glorified. And so we want to just sharpen those 2 points. If you saw the message, those 2 are good reminders. If you haven't checked into that. This is the week before Easter. We just had Palm Sunday. This week, we come up to Easter. And I think it's very important for us to remember some of the things that Jesus went through this week. I wrote some of them down as I went through, once again, the final week of Jesus. And this week is when Jesus is rejected. I mean, he's been rejected by some, but now he's rejected by most, if not almost all. He goes through being betrayed. He's going through where his disciples aren't getting it. He finds himself abandoned. He finds himself alone. So I don't know if you can identify with any of those, feeling like maybe you've been betrayed or rejected, whether it's by someone, by an institution, by society itself. Nobody's getting it, the way you're thinking. You're feeling abandoned and maybe alone. And yet, with all of these emotions that Jesus had, he still went to the cross. Even though he went through agony before and saying, Father, if it be your will, take this cup from me. And yet, he still did it to take your place, to pay for your sin, to pay for my sin. What a great Savior we have. So as we go through this week, remember that Christ has gone through. He can identify with you, with what you're going through, and that he proved himself to be truly our Savior, worthy of all of our love and praise. So let's be thankful this week that we have such a great Savior. Please stay connected. If you don't get the weekly connection, which we put this video link on, as well as a whole bunch of other video links for all sorts of stuff, please make sure you contact one of us or the office to make sure that you get that weekly connection so that we can stay connected in various amounts of social media ways. Until then, I will see you, at least you'll see me this Sunday as we prepare to celebrate the resurrection of Jesus Christ.